Good to go, whenever you're ready.
Ready to go, okay. And let's get going. Welcome to the Thurston County Board of County Commissioners Agenda Setting Work Session, Tuesday, August 12, 2025, 9:04 a.m. My name is Ty Menser, Chair of the Board, Vice Chair Commissioner Fournier, Commissioner Emily Klaus to my left, Commissioners Caroline Mejia and Rachel Grant. Participating virtually, public virtual attendance available on the Thurston County YouTube channel. Written public comment may be received up to 2 hours in advance of the meeting and distributed to the Board of County Commissioners. Action may be taken at this meeting. First up this morning on a busy agenda is a review of next week's board agenda for August 19th. First review of this meeting, so let's pull that agenda forward. Calling the meeting to order at 2 p.m. District 1, Commissioner Mejia will lead the Pledge of Allegiance, land acknowledgement, approval of agenda. Presentations, we have 3. First is Purple Heart Day.
Yes, for the consent proclamation for Purple Heart Day, we will have a few folks and some of our Veterans Advisory Board members invited to that proclamation.
1 speaker though.
1 speaker.
And then straight to National Wellness Month.
Yes, and we'll also have 1 speaker.
And then Target Zero Awareness Month.
We will have the Thurston County Target Zero coordinator here to speak for
Is
that.
that through the prosecutor or through the sheriff?
The prosecutor.
Okay. Any questions on the 3 consent proclamations? All right. Public comment, county manager's update.
We're providing a high-level overview of the PIPE program with public health. Just a few statements, and then also making a statement that the county doesn't comment on ongoing investigations or litigation from employees based on some public comment we've been receiving.
Okay, some follow-up there on that public comment. Any questions for county manager? Okay, consent items 1 through 11. Number 1 is a resolution to cancel outstanding warrants, auditor's office. Auditor. Double back to this. Let's look at item 2, resolution for call for sealed bids for new sheriff's office renovation. Central Services.
Good morning. I'm Kim Burnett. I'm the Director of Central Services, and I have Tony Shaw, our Capital Project Manager, with me. We're requesting approval for a resolution calling for sealed bids to renovate the new sheriff's office building at 1111 Israel Road in Tumwater. This is part of capital project number C34402. We're also requesting authorization for the Director of Central Services to set the date and time for receipt and opening of sealed bids. The current space does not currently meet the operational needs of the sheriff's office. The remodel will include approximately 56,000 square feet, as well as the installation of a security fence and an emergency generator. The project team includes members of Central Services, Capital Project Group, the Sheriff's Department, and IT. This team has worked closely together to ensure the scope of work is within budget. The project is estimated to cost between $2 and $3 million. This is funded as part of the public safety sales tax and was approved in the 2025-2026 capital improvement plan. This project is in alignment with the county's strategic plan initiative 16 to provide safe, secure, accessible, and functional facilities to effectively house county services and the associated workforce. And we're happy to answer any questions.
Questions? Not seeing any. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 3 is sole source purchase of medic unit ventilator mounts.
As Ben is making his way up, Chair, I just wanted to make a note that the sound for the meeting in live stream isn't working. There's some technical things we're working on to get replaced soon. So the meeting will be recorded and available.
Okay. So we're cutting the live stream because it's not, there's no
Just cut
sound.
it, so it's been cut, yes.
Okay, so thank you. Ben, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. Ben Miller, Todd, Director of Emergency Services. We're requesting the sole source procurement of 14 medic units worth of ventilator and cardiac monitor mounts. These mounts are to enhance both the safety of our patients and our providers. The ventilators weigh roughly 8 pounds and our cardiac monitors weigh 15, and to be able to appropriately secure these in vehicles as we travel emergently through our city roads and towns, it's important that we secure these devices appropriately. With that, we have worked with the internal auditor to work through the sole source procurement process. And if there's any other questions, please let me know.
Questions for Ben on medic unit ventilator mounts?
This is for the new medic units that
This
we're
is
getting?
both the new and retrofitting our
All of them. Okay.
yes, so this is all 14.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Item 4, resolution to reclassify community health nurse supervisor to a nurse manager. Human resources here, and we did have an e-brief on this one.
Right, good morning, commissioners. I did send you that e-brief last week, but at a high level, public health is looking to reclassify a nurse supervisor to a nurse manager. They did an assessment in that division, did some restructuring, and found ways to create some efficiencies and effectiveness. The funding of this position is through public health assistance dollars. That fund has been coming from the state since 2000, stable and 2007, and are considered very stable. There is no impact to the general fund, and the salary difference at the top of the chart is $745 per month. And with that, if you have any follow-up questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Anything for Maria on the reclass?
Great. I have one more.
This one's up. Resolution to add 17 full-time equivalent positions in district court.
So as you're aware, we have entering into interlocal agreement with the city of Olympia to take on their court services. This proposal is based on that, and to support those operations, district court is in need of 17 FTEs. That includes a court commissioner, two court support managers, calendar coordinator, and a court assistant 1 and 2 that will facilitate the actual court matters. And then to support the probation program, they are in need of adult probation counselor 2, a probation clerk, a mental health and veterans care court coordinator, and an administrative assistant to provide admin support.
Can you go through those again?
Sure, sir.
It's like court commissioner and then
Court commissioner, 2 court support managers, a calendar coordinator, a court assistant 1, court assistant 2, adult probation counselor 2, adult probation clerk, and a mental health and veterans court care coordinator and administrative assistant.
And these positions will be paid for by the interlocal agreement and the charges to the City of Olympia.
Are these employees from their court rolling over into our employment, or these?
No,
These positions are being created, and Frankie and Olympia will partner to make available position postings, but Olympia Court employees will have to apply and go through the process.
Okay. Commissioner Mejia, I saw your hand.
I was just gonna ask for the clarification on where the funding was coming from, but county manager covered that.
Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Public defense is next.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Mia. Is it Mia?
Yep, this is Nia. Sorry.
This is funding agreement with Washington State Office of Public Defense SPAR program.
Yes, we are requesting approval to renew our funding agreement with the Washington State Office of Public Defense to seek reimbursement for expenses related to the possession of controlled substance representations. There's no impacts to the general fund. And the only changes from last year's agreement was the award amount was reduced by about 50%. And we did have an FTE associated with this funding, but we don't. That expired at the end of June. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
So this year will be 50% less funding than last year.
Correct. Yes, we had, we received an award last year for 150,000. We were awarded 75,000 for this state fiscal year.
And then the work will just get done with existing staff.
Correct. Yes. Or Rule 9 interns when they become available.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, thanks, Mia.
Oh, thank you.
All right, next up is item 7, contract amendment for DSHS Work First Children with Special Needs Program.
Morning, Jennifer Height, Public Health and Social Services Director. This is a request for the board to sign a contract with the Department of Social and Health Services County Workforce Children with Special Needs Program, providing an increase of $119,350,000 for the term of July 1, 2025 to June 30th, 2027, and a revised maximum amount of $268,000 for the term of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2027. This assists DSHS staff in determining a parent's ability to participate in the workforce program, through an evaluation of their child's special healthcare needs, and determines the impact of the child's diagnosis on the parent's ability to participate in the program, as well as offer resources and support to the parents. So this, while it sits under our community health with Gretchen Toller here to answer any questions, it is also in coordination with our developmental disabilities program. And here to answer any questions.
Questions for PHSS team on this item? No? Good, thank you. Next up, Public Health Social Services setting a public hearing for program year 2024 HUD Annual Action Plan Substantial Amendment.
Correct, thank you. This is a request for the board to set a public hearing for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. or soon thereafter to receive and consider public comments on the program year 2024 U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Annual Action Plan Substantial Amendment. And I have Alex Purse here to help answer any other questions.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this just routine or does this have anything to do with like recent developments in the HUD situation?
It doesn't have anything to do with the current situation with HUD, but it is not routine. So we are substantially amending our 24 annual action plan to reallocate funds from one Lehigh project to another Lehigh project.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Those projects are.
The one we are reallocating the funds from is the Maple Court conversion project to the Franz Anderson permanent supportive housing project.
Okay. Next up is Sheriff's Office. Grant award from Washington State Parks and Recreation for Marine Law Enforcement Patrol.
Morning, Ruben Mancias, Undersheriff. We're requesting approval for a subrecipient grant from Washington State Parks that we received for $42,877.40. These are funds that come down from the Coast Guard through State Parks and then to our Marine Services program. The grant is to purchase 2 jet skis and a trailer that we will use for boating enforcement and education as part of our Marine Services program.
Is a replacement of jet skis or?
It is not. We currently have 2 jet skis and a trailer and 2 boats. Those are funded through similar our boating safety funds that we get each year. This is an additional grant that was on top of that State Parks reached out to us and said, hey, we would like to provide an additional grant if you're interested. And that would buy us 2 additional jet skis to supplement that. Additional boating patrol assets, I guess.
I was gonna say, like, since it's coming there from parks, like, is there something they want you to focus on in terms of providing these resources?
These would provide additional ways to do patrol and education, but we have a current boating program. We're the only marine services program in the county. So we kind of cover all the cities and county waterways. But we provide safety inspections, safety enforcement on all the lakes and waterways. And we also provide education on water safety, so life jackets, safety patrols for any of the safety equipment that we need to have on the boats while you're out, and hopefully reducing the drownings and ensuring everybody's safe on the water.
Commissioner Mintzer, if I may.
Yes, go ahead, Sheriff Sanders.
Hey, I just want to add to a part of this too, for the park side of things, for their intent as well, is that I believe, if I remember correctly, they get to use these jet skis as well. So if they have a need for them, that they can also use the jet skis. It kind of, for them, I think it places an asset in the area in the event that the state either needs our assistance or needs to use the jet skis. So it becomes available to them as well.
And usually that's for training purposes. So the state parks will put on training classes to certify all of the law enforcement agencies that have marine services programs. So one of those classes is a PWC class, or that's what they call the jet ski certification. And they usually put one or two of those on a year. And
Personal watercraft, is that? what it's
yes,
in?
personal.
Okay, that makes sense. Any questions for Sheriff or Undersheriff? All right, thank you. Okay, next up is item 10, Superior Court, interagency agreement with administrative offices of the courts, pro tem protection order reimbursement.
Kristen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kristen Jensen with Superior Court. I'm seeking the board's approval to contract with the Administrative Office of the Courts to receive funding up to the amount of $25,000 that will reimburse the court for costs of providing pro tem coverage for the civil protection order hearings and training associated with the pro tems.
Receiving funding. Any questions? All right, thank you. Sounds good, Kristen.
Thank you.
All right, item 11 is the voucher list from July 14th. No questions there. We'll move on to department item 6, Central Services, property transfer of 5501 Southeast 32nd Court and 5505 Southeast 32nd Court to Homes First.
Comes and settles in. I just want to give them special thanks for all the work. Sometimes in government, there's something that pops up. We think, yeah, that sounds doable and easy. And then we start digging in and realize there's a lot of process and patience working things through. And I appreciate, Rick, your work on that, and Kim, your leadership. Please take it away.
Thank you. Kim Burnett, Director of Central Services, and I have Rick Thomas, the Capital Project Planning Manager with me. We're requesting approval for a property transfer agreement with Homes First for the properties located at 5501 and 5505 Southeast 32nd Court in Lacey for $2, and to authorize the county manager to execute the agreement. These properties are currently owned by the county and are leased to Homes First for $1 per year through each through 2056 for the purpose of providing affordable housing. Homes First is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation with a mission to create and maintain safe, healthy, and affordable rental homes. There was a public hearing regarding this proposed property transfer on May 20th, 2025, and a legal notice, postcard mailing, and press release were also issued. We received one comment from the postcard mailing, and that was simply to request a copy of the resolution. Transfer of this property would result in a public benefit as defined by RCW 39.33.015, contributing to supply of affordable housing, supporting temporary housing or other response to homelessness, and improving essential public services such as transportation or utilities that support the goals of affordable housing development. And this is in alignment with the county's strategic plan initiative 3, collaborate with community partners to reduce homelessness. We're happy to answer any questions.
So we were leasing it till 2056. So what's the motivation for this? Is it that fact that we changed our code and now we allow for this, which we wouldn't have been able to do before? Is that why we're doing it now?
That is correct. A couple of years ago, the state of Washington passed some legislation that then allowed this. And so we have followed suit to make it a part of our code as well.
And Homes First has done a lot of investment in those two properties over the years.
Oh.
They approached us
Yeah.
in this process, so this is us being a good collaborator with a good local organization.
Yeah,
It allows Homes First, if they own the property, to use that in their portfolio to go after other opportunities. If we were to never take the property back, there would have to be a cost to put it back to its original state. So it's kind of in this weird place where we own it and they don't get the benefit from it, but we don't really get much benefit from it either. So we think it makes sense to help the mission of continuing to explore housing options by allowing them to take the ownership of it, and then it helps facilitate their portfolio for lending and going after continuing grants.
Thank you. I have a question in regards to, like, you know, as we're looking towards the future and let's say Homes First needs to sell these houses, right? Then we're losing the affordable housing piece on, you know, where we transferred it. Is there any language in this property transfer that kind of leaves it in perpetuity for affordable housing?
Yes, it does. The agreement specifically states that if Homes First no longer wants to use it for that purpose, the property reverts back to the county.
Thank you.
Okay, those are all good clarifications. Thank you.
thank you.
Public Health and Social Services has a number of items under item 7.1, amendment number 7 to the State Department of Health Consolidated Contract. Although the proposed action is approved as amendment number 8.
Yes, thank you, Jen Freiheit, Public Health and Social Services Director. This bringing to you is amendment number 8, providing an increase of 22,659 for a revised maximum consideration of 6,096,499 for the duration of January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2027. This adds statements of work for our Office of Drinking Water Group B program and recreational shellfish activities, and amends statement of work for the Office of Drinking Water Group A program.
Questions for Jen? Dr. Fry? Madam Clerk, change the,
Title will be updated.
I think that's a typo. Okay, perfect. Let's go to item 2, professional services contract with the Lost Lake Resort Condominium Association.
Yes, this is a request for the board to approve the professional services contract with the Lost Lake Resort Condominium Association to utilize the Washington State Department of Ecology grant funding of $969,216 for the term June 30th, 2028 through June 30th, 2028 for the payment of contract and vendor invoices. And Stuart Whitford, our Environmental Health Program Manager, is here to help answer any questions.
Questions for Stuart?
Can this item be moved to consent? Is there any objection to that one?
Staff would be supportive of that too.
Okay, agreement.
That's fine with me.
Okay, agreement to move that to consent. Next up is encampment resolution program contract with Department of Commerce.
Yes, this is a request for the board to approve the interagency agreement between Thurston County and Washington State Department of Commerce for the encampment resolution program funding for $4,080,000. Public Health and Social Services provided a briefing to the Board of County Commissioners on the ERP on April 23, 2025. And we have the Senior Program Manager, the Office of Housing and Homeless Prevention, Tom Webster, here to answer any questions.
So these are the two that we've been talking about. They work in tandem, number 3 and number 4.
Correct.
We are super appreciative of the board's direction to ask the chair and the county manager, along with the mayors of Olympia and Lacey and their city managers, to have a meeting with Commerce. Commerce responded to our request. And right now, Tom is working with the chair of the Regional Housing Council on, based on the funding that they switched up, what is I think a solid recommendation. So we're hoping to get all that wrapped up so we can have it ready to represent the changes that Commerce reflects in their letter by the meeting next Tuesday.
So these reflect the changes. We went to Department of Commerce. Department of Commerce responded to our request favorably,
Yes,
and then these reflect those changes.
yes.
And now we need to have a discussion about how to manage Maple Court, or like that was in the letter that Commerce sent us, right? It said they appreciated our feedback. They wanted to make those changes, but Maple Court is an issue that you guys need to talk about, essentially.
Yeah, I think it would be good for us to have a work session, once this item is finalized, to discuss the contents of the letter. And I know that Tom is seeking some clarification on one aspect of the letter that Commerce wrote, but we would be able to come back after the 19th
Are
and
we
talk
able to
about.
say what that aspect is?
Oh, there's an indication about funding to Lehigh. We just want to make sure we understand where that funding would come from. Is it from additional funding from Commerce, or would they be requiring funding from the pot of money that they've given us?
Or we find,
Or we have to find additional funding. So we want to make sure we're crystal clear before we come back, talk about that from the board side. I think
and that doesn't need to be clarified before we pass this. Okay.
Okay. And then the next piece,
Is item 4, request to approve the contracts with Interfaith Works and the Low Income Housing Institute to fund 4 projects under the Encampment Resolution Program for a total value of $3,960,000.
And on both these items, I just want to give a special thank you to Tom Webster. He has been incredibly flexible and informative in a process where there was a curveball provided to him in his leadership of the Regional Housing Council that then came together with Dr. Freiheit and the Assistant County Manager to get the information to the commissioners and then ultimately get back out. Lots of emails behind the scenes, but then also quickly coming up with a summary of a recommendation. Tom, we really appreciate your fast action on that and commitment to moving things forward.
So I echo the county manager's comments, as well as the coordination with our partners at the city of Olympia and the city of Lacey. So shout out to them as well. But this has been complicated and difficult, but we're getting through it in a positive way.
Yeah, great.
I think this is a great outcome, and there's, are we going like that, like there's been a lot of stuff in the news about this, and it's kind of complicated, but I feel like there needs to be some type of public outreach or, story told about how we've come to a resolution, and the story of how we got here, working with our partners and our staff, putting in a lot of legwork, and the Department of Commerce being responsive to our needs. I'd like to see that shared and told. Is that?
Yeah, we're working on that with our communications manager, Susan, and we're also working on a recommendation that we do a joint thank you letter to the Director of Commerce from Lacey, Olympia, and Thurston County.
Okay.
And then use that letter as a platform to tell a bit of a story as to the success of that regional plan approach. And we're very appreciative that the director heard that regional plan and listened to folks that are working on the ground.
Thank you.
okay, we're gonna pause the review of the business agenda, move to item 2, based on some timing considerations. Executive session now, pursuant to RCW 4231-10-1I, discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to enforcement actions, or discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency governing body or member acting in an official capacity is or is likely to become a party. In public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. EOJ mandates topic 30 minutes is estimated. Board action may follow. And then we will, as soon as this item's, we'll finish the review of the BOCC agenda, and then there's 2 other executive sessions. So it's joined in live stream or recording, but that's how the agenda is structured.
So it'll still be recorded and just looking to make sure we have everyone.
Auditor item. Then item 1, you know anything about that one? Canceling warrants. Nobody was here to address it, so I skipped it.
Brandon has joined us.
Okay. online.
Amy,
There he is.
there he is.
So are we recording? I can just get started? Okay. So we're picking back up with review of the BOCC agenda for next week, August 19th. I see Brandon Weber's here, and we skipped consent item 1, which was an auditor's office item, resolution to cancel outstanding warrants. Let's pick that one back up and then we'll jump to where we were. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning.
Hear you.
Can you hear me?
Speak a little bit,
Can you hear me?
really faintly.
My apologies. Hopefully, how about now?
Very faint. If we pay attention, we can hear you, but if you've got a volume lever to push.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have a volume and.
That's better.
Okay, well, I'll just try to speak loudly. Real
That's good.
quickly, Brandon Weber from the Auditor's Office. I'm the Chief Deputy Auditor. I'm here to answer any questions about this item. I'll just say this is an annual process where the board cancels outstanding warrants that are over a year old, required by RCW. You guys are used to seeing this item. Happy to answer any questions.
So these are just like random, like, it's not necessarily even auditor business. It's just you guys are in charge of this particular item, and they could be warrants for anything under the sun.
Correct. Yeah, it's all county offices and departments.
Financial warrants.
Financial warrants, yeah.
Financial warrants, yeah,
Not criminal, anything.
correct.
Okay, any questions for Brandon on the 266 outstanding warrants dated back to June 30th, 2024? $8,500. Okay, thank you, Brandon.
Thanks.
Let's jump to where we were before we went to executive session, which is I think Public Works, item 8, sub 1, setting a public hearing for a proposed ordinance for updates to Thurston County Code, chapter 1506, storm and surface water utility rates.
Good morning, Commissioners. Karen Lee, Thurston County Public Works Director. This is a request to set a public hearing for September 16th, 2025 at 3:30 to consider an update to Thurston County Code, Chapter 1506 for storm and surface water utility rates. The proposed ordinance revision is an administrative change to remove stormwater rates from code. The rates would be authorized by the Board of County Commissioners and set by resolution as a part of our budget adoption process, which includes a public hearing on the proposed rates. This is actions really part of our Public Works continuous improvement effort to establish processes in alignment with industry best practices. These actions align with the resolution processes. Ordinance actions tend to be more permanent and general in nature. Rate setting is a periodic administrative action that is more aligned with a resolution process. As it does not require an update to county code. It's also provides consistency among public works and how we set our rates and ensures transparency to the public. And then for additional context, the following public work rates and fees are adopted by resolution: our water and sewer utility rates, our noxious weed rates, our parks impact fees, and our transportation impact fees. And we intend to bring forward a similar request to for solid waste fees and charges, which are currently in ordinance as well. Questions? Okay, great.
Good for Public Works. Oh, your speed, okay, just to preview, kind of, we'll have a public hearing on speed limit schedule.
Yeah, I won't go into too much detail because we went into this when I requested to set the public hearing, but we're requesting to change the speed limit on 8 different roads. Those roads include Albany, Little Rock, Case Road, Pleasant Glade, Slater Kinney, 56th Avenue, and Wilkinson. And people can find additional information about those. We've got the roads posted in the field. We got posted on the website. We published a notification where they could reach out to our traffic department to get more information. So there's ways to get more information about these proposed speed limit revisions.
Questions on speed limit public hearing? Okay, good to go. Commissioner committee reports, public comment during the meeting that happens, and then public hearing will be at 3:30. And that covers the review of the August 19th agenda. So now we're down to item 3, which is another executive session pursuant to RCW 4231-10-1I. Same advisement as previously regarding litigation, potential litigation. Public knowledge is likely to result in adverse legal or financial consequence. Discussing with legal counsel. HUD agreements is the topic. We have prosecuting attorney Tunheim with us, as well as Seth Dickey from prosecuting attorney's office, 30 minutes. So we're at 10:32. We'll be in executive session till 11:02 on this item, with an additional executive session to follow that. Okay, so we're back from a recess and we're picking up with item 4 on the morning's agenda, which is an executive session pursuant to RCW 4231-10-1I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to agency enforcement actions, or to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency governing body or member acting in official capacity is or is likely to become a party, when public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. DNR Summit Lake, 15 minutes is estimated. Board action may follow. It's 11:02. We'll be in executive session till 11:17. We do have counsel present.
All right, I'll go ahead and turn over to.
Okay, so we're out of executive session under item 4. The board is going to, I believe, take action at this point. Is there a motion regarding settlement agreement?
I would move to approve the settlement agreement between Thurston County and the Washington State Department of Natural Resources for the Summit Lake watershed lands and timber.
Second. Motion is second to approve the settlement agreement with DNR. Any discussion on the motion? We'll just say thank you to staff, to our legal counsel, to my seatmates, who we've seen this process through a couple, now 3 different boards. And this is a kind of a really important issue to resolve for a group of constituents in my district. So I really appreciate the support from the board and seeing this through to, I think, what's going to be end up being favorable resolution for the county. So with that, call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, motion carries unanimously. Excellent. I'm gonna call this commissioner items, but we're about to move into a commissioner's check-in with commissioner items. So we're adjourned as to agenda setting this morning. And let's move direct